Friday and welcome back to Drinking by My Shelf. Today I'm going to be doing challenge number 5 of BookTubeAthon. As you might have noticed, I did skip challenge number 4 yesterday because A, I just ran out of time, and B, the challenge involved dressing up, and most of my stuff was in storage. I didn't really have anything to dress up with, so I skipped that one, but I'm right back in today with challenge number 5. So today's challenge is called Class Reading List. So what we have to do is pick a topic that we care about and then give you guys a reading list for learning about that. So I've made myself a scrummy gin and lemon drink, and today I'm going to give you my reading list for probably my favourite topic in the world, which is feminism. I knew that Masters in Women's Studies would come in handy one day, so I'm going to start with the book that I think should be just Feminism 101 for anyone looking to learn more about the topic. Whether you're a total beginner or whether you've been a feminist for years but now you just want to learn a little bit more, expand your feminism, this is the book to really get you started. And the book is, here we are, Feminism for the Real World. This is an anthology edited by the amazing Kelly Johnson, and it has got so many fantastic contributors. Roxane Gay, Melinda Lowe, Mindy Kaling, even Laverne Cox are featured in this book. In this anthology, you will find essays about all areas of intersectional, body positive, girl power feminism. It's really fantastic, and I've only read the first half so far. So that book should start you on your feminist journey and get you feeling really excited about what it means to be a woman and to be a feminist. Which brings me to the second book on your reading list today, We Were Feminists Once by Andy Zeisler. Now this is a book that had a really strong effect on me when I was reading it. I went into it thinking one thing about my feminism and came out the other side really having changed my mind, and I love when a book makes me do that. We Were Feminists Once exposes some of the problems with the feminist movement today, and before I read it I couldn't see why those things were problems. I felt that if it was getting people excited and getting people using the word feminism, it should inherently be a good thing. And it is, to an extent. But We Were Feminists Once really points out where we're going wrong. One of the main things I learned from it is really to be wary about the idea of choice feminism. The idea that feminism is solely about letting you make whatever choice you want to make. And of course, feminists do believe that women should be allowed to make whatever choices they want to, but the problem comes when we draw a line there and say that that encompasses the whole of what feminism is. Because that's actually a very privileged outlook. I'm not going to go into the whole thing now, because that's why I'm putting the book on the reading list for you, but basically, instead of spending so much time justifying why the choices that you're making empower you, just take that empowerment and then use it to help less privileged women and actually make more of a difference in our society rather than just focusing on how you as an individual feel. Okay, and now we're going to move on to fiction books. So the third book on your reading list is one of my favourite books, and that is The Colour Purple by Alice Walker. I was actually pretty late to reading this book. My friend recommended it to me and said it was this amazing feel-good book. And I started it and I was like, what are you talking about? This is horrible. It starts off so sad and it delves into so many of the terrible issues that faced black women in the early 20th century. But it turns out my friend was right, because at the end of it I felt so uplifted. I just could not stop smiling. It's a very powerful book about womanhood, in particular black womanhood, and female sexuality and love and sisterhood. And honestly, every time I read it, I'm just reminded of the incredible strength of women, and it makes me so happy. And then for the fourth book on my reading list is a feminist fave. Can you guess what's coming? Ella Enchanted. This is the book that I wrote my whole master's dissertation on for women's studies, because it's a fairy tale retelling that counters everything the traditional Cinderella teaches us. The traditional Cinderella story teaches young girls to be passive and to view each other as rivals for male affection. Whereas Ella Enchanted is all about a strong, active female heroine who has important female friendships, and who saves the prince rather than the other way around, and who doesn't view marriage as the end goal, and who understands the importance of learning from other cultures. And it's about consent, and it's about agency, and there is so much packed into this little fairy tale here. This is a book I'd be so excited to give young children to read, but I also think adults should read it too. So this is a crucial one for your feminist reading list. And then finally, I have a bonus book for the list, because the last part of the challenge was to include a book that's on your TBR for the readathon. And so the book I've picked for that is The Power by Naomi Alderman. But the problem with putting this book on your feminist reading list is that I haven't read it yet, so I don't know if it's any good. From what I know about it, it's about a subverted world where women are in charge, and they have the power to hurt men from their fingertips. Without having read it, I think this is an interesting one to put on the list, because there's a really common misconception about feminism, which is that it's about hating men, and women wanting to gain power over men and hurting men. And that's not what it's about at all. I'm sure you guys know that. It's a very silly misconception, but some people do seem to perpetuate it. So having said that, I think it'd be really interesting to read a book that is about women having the power to hurt men, and see where that fits into our discussions about feminism. So that's That's going on your feminist reading list, and it's going on my feminist reading list as well. That was BookTubeAthon challenge number 5, and I'd love to know if you guys have any books that you would put on a feminist reading list for me. And do share your videos if you made your own videos for this challenge. I'd love to know what your topics were and what books you recommended. And of course, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and hit that subscribe button below for new videos every Friday. See you next time!